Casemiro back to Brazil. No, we're not talking about the break he's just taken, which strangely is there from Ruben Amorim for a few of the Manchester United players. More on that in a bit as well, but there are speculation and reports coming from Brazil that Flamengo are in for Casemiro with their transfer window closing on the 28th of February. Plenty of time to get a deal done, and it is thought that Manchester United are open to it. We'll look into the story, we'll look into whether it's credible, but whichever way you do look at it, it still begs the question, doesn't it? Again, Casemiro being given a break, Casemiro being linked to Brazil, Manchester United desperately in need of numbers. What the hell is going on with Casemiro at Manchester United? All of that in tonight's show. More Chris Rigg talks as well. We've got speculation on what's happening with that as well as what we talked about this morning on the early show in terms of Chris Rigg and Manchester United pursuing him and not wanting to miss out. We've got an update on that. Manchester United looking at a new sporting director to replace Dan Ashworth. We didn't think it was going to happen, but we have got another candidate that's being speculated about that could possibly be coming in from Spain to take that role as well. All of your live comments, well, we are live. We will have the FA Cup 5th round draw as well. That is coming to us just after 7 o'clock, so we'll keep you updated while live on that as well, and we could maybe discuss right at the end of the show who Manchester United's opponents in the next round is, whether we feel like this is a genuine avenue back into Europe for us going off this draw. We're hoping for some favourable draws elsewhere as well, aren't we? Like maybe Liverpool taking on, let's say, Newcastle. Or Manchester City, in fact. No, not Liverpool, sorry, they're out. I forgot all about that. Yeah, Plymouth 1-0, never mind. Sorry about that one, Arnie. But no, let's say we get Man City against Newcastle. That's a better draw, isn't it? Anyway, I lost all of the team. You know what? Liverpool went out, didn't they? Yeah. Anyway, Casemiro. Let's talk about him and what's going on. Welcome to the show, everyone. This is Forever United TV. I'm Adam. We are live. It is Monday the 10th of February. I'm enjoying this little break in between all the chaos, which is usually Manchester United. Being able to talk proper football and really have the opportunity to go into shows like this and talk in depth as to serious issues that are going on. Well, there's some good things, but we have got mainly more issues than anything else at the moment. And sadly, that's what's fueling the conversation columns and everything around Manchester United. But Casemiro, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm really not bothered about players taking breaks. Ruben Amorim already alluded to it when he first came to Manchester United. Remember? Casemiro, Rashford, out away. Gary Neville interviewing him before he took the job at Manchester United. And he was saying 4 days is too much. Well, it does look like some of the players have been given a bit of extended leave and a break. We've seen Garnacho at Disneyland. I mean, Garnacho's back in training, as from what I can see. I didn't see Casemiro in training. There has been footage of the training at Carrington. I don't know. I don't know if the players would feel like a day break going across to the other side of the world is right. But then this all just speculates and sort of like fuels speculation that Casemiro is on his way out of Manchester United again, because reports from Brazil have come in, and this has come from George Nicola, who's a Brazilian journalist over in Sao Paulo, who has reported this. I don't know of him. I don't know whether he is really reliable or credible. He's got a huge following. I don't know if that counts for anything these days, but still. Journalists and talks over in Brazil are saying that Casemiro is interested in moving back to Brazil, to Flamengo, and Manchester United are open to this. We know that Manchester United want rid of Casemiro. We know that no one can afford his wages. So within these stories, there is more reports going in on Manchester United actually looking to fund the move, as in paying a large chunk of Casemiro's wages. Obviously, Flamengo, we know, or any club in Brazil, we know their finances are nowhere near as powerful as what, say, European clubs are. Definitely not Premier League clubs. And there's no way that any team in Brazil would be able to afford a 32-year-old Casemiro on 350 grand, or equivalent of in their native currency, to have him in their side. Simple. We all know that. There's not a chance in hell that that's going to happen. But United are willing to pay this. Look, whichever way, if you think this is real, you don't think it's real, the one thing you do know is that Man United are and have been willing to let Casemiro go. There was talks with Roma. The money was too high for them, even with United subsidising it. How much United will pay? Like, if United were offering a certain amount to Roma, that will have to be significantly more if he's going over to Flamengo. There's no chance that they would be able to fund that. And United, I think, would have to pay nearly 3/4 of that money. Is it worth it? That's what you've got to say. Like, why? Can we not all just get along? Can Ruben not use Casemiro? I mean, he's not in the Rashford territory in terms of being completely isolated. He trains. He's fit. He's injury-free. We need legs in midfield. Some would say Casemiro's lost his legs. That's been a conversation that's been going around for a couple of years now. But still, for 20 and 30-minute cameos here and there, is Casemiro not useful to Manchester United? It seems very, very strange. It seems really strange as to what is actually going on at Manchester United with Casemiro. Ruben clearly doesn't want him in his side. I think he's made that very, very clear in the fact that he's not started a game all year. I can't remember the last time he started a game, in fact. It was way back in 2024, I think December, I think it was, if I'm right. But the fact that he's hardly had any minutes, I mean, the only minutes he's had was that fleeting appearance in the last few seconds against Leicester. It's embarrassing on its own. And obviously, I think he got like a 20-minute cameo against Steaua Bucharest in Romania in the last round of the Europa Leagues phase. So, really, this calendar year, Casemiro's hardly played 30 minutes, which is disastrous for a player on that amount of money. It's disastrous for a player of that calibre, with that a player with that stature as well. It's embarrassing for him. It's embarrassing for Manchester United. Ruben doesn't care. He's come in and INEOS have thrown him into this gauntlet and he's just said, I don't care, I'm doing what I want. Chop, 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 see you later, deal with him. He's not in my side, your problem. You brought me in right now. And it does feel like there is that element to a lot of what Ruben Amorim is doing right now. You brought me in away from my side at Sporting where I was guaranteed trophies. You gave me the ultimatum. It's now or never. If I'm going to do anything, I'm going to do it my way and I'm going to do it ruthlessly. And this is what's happening with Ruben Amorim right now in every single aspect. Like, nobody expected Rashford to be gone within 2 months of this guy coming in. He's done everything that everyone wanted over the last 5 years in 2 months of being at the football club. So Casemiro, fast chump change to him. He doesn't care at all. But what INEOS are having to do, they're the ones that are having to answer the questions of why we have got a 350 grand a week player sat on the bench because your coach that you brought him doesn't want him. So they've kind of made themselves a little bit of a problem here. They've created it themselves, really, in forcing Ruben Amorim in after making a mistake with keeping Ten Hag in the summer. And now we're in a position where you've got Casemiro, one of the most decorated players in world football, sat on the bench, fully fit, doing jack shit at Manchester United. Now that is a recipe for disaster for INEOS in particular. And like I just said, Ruben doesn't care. He clearly doesn't care. He's doing whatever he wants right now. And where there's an element of that which is a breath of fresh air for a lot of United fans, I look at that and I go, what has Casemiro done wrong really though? Is he that much of a bad influence in the changing room? If he was, and he didn't fit into the so-called code of conduct from Ruben Amorim, the way you eat, the way you dress, the way you are with other players, remember it's what he said about standards and culture at Manchester United. You have to hit the mark. There is a red line, Ruben said, and if you go past it, that's the point of no return. But Casemiro's not once gone past it, as far as we know, because he's been in every matchday squad. So that's the line, and we know that's the Ruben line, let's call it. Casemiro's been above it. Is he just saying he's just not got the legs? He hasn't got the quality? He talked about Casemiro and his characteristics before. Remember that conversation? In press conferences, your players have to have a certain characteristics. What are they? What are them characteristics? Why is Casemiro not in this side? He can surely do something. Like, this is the man that's experienced in dealing with situations. You've got players that look scared to pass the ball in this Manchester United side right now because of this system that's been thrown upon them. Maybe Kobe Mainoo should take a break out and let Casemiro come in for maybe a half a game or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, let Mainoo come on off the bench for Casemiro. Casemiro can handle everything that's thrown at him. He's experienced and he is, let's just say, he's bedded in. He knows what criticism is. He's played at the two biggest clubs on the planet in Real Madrid and Manchester United. He can handle the pressure. He can handle criticism. He can handle everything that's coming his way in the football world. I'm just saying some of these younger players that are failing at the moment are struggling with the demands of Manchester United and Ruben Amorim's system combined. I think maybe they're struggling with handling it. Maybe Casemiro can be useful in a way. And do you know what? When you've got an experienced man like that in the dressing room, yeah, maybe you could be undermining Amorim. I don't know. But from players that I've spoken to, and I've spoken to a few of the foreign players, he was the father figure. He was the one that players go to. He is well respected in that changing room, Casemiro, and he's well liked at the football club. He does a lot of good, and he's never a problem. So what's the issue? What is the issue? Is this just the hard hand of Ruben Amorim and him saying, look, this player's not good enough, he's out of the squad, he's one of these players that's on mega bucks, and I just don't feel like that's the type of player I want to be working with? You can't really argue with Casemiro's application. You can't argue with his commitment to clubs. He's a model professional. From the outside, again, like we're saying, but you mean you never know what happens on the inside? There could be a serious issue with Casemiro. But surely we would have got wind of something within the media about Casemiro. I mean, this man's flown away again to Brazil and no one's batting an eyelid. It's a weird world right now around Manchester United. And there are issues here that are not really... not really. Well, what we didn't think were going to be there, as in like Casemiro, I just didn't see as an issue within a season. Like at the end of the season, transfer window, trying to sell him, them sorts of issues, but not professionally. I didn't see it coming, and I don't think many people did. So yeah, we'll look at your comments on this as we go on. We've got some quotes from Dallo as well. I will bring up the Chris Rigg information as well on what's going on, a bit of an update from this morning as well. So keep you posted on all of that. But we're coming into the comments section now. First of all, please give the video a like as well, everybody. Get your comments in. Let me know what you think about Casemiro first of all right now. Would you be keeping Casemiro? I think that's a straightforward question. I think it's easy enough to answer. Like, has he got enough to actually, give United a little bit of something? Make sure you do hit the subscribe button as well on Forever United TV. Get involved in the chat. And yeah, let's get into this. Let's get talking, shall we? Is it a problem with Ruben Amorim, do you think, first of all? Is he being too harsh? Does he need to sort of ease up a little bit? Eric in the chat says, with his super chat, keep Garnacho, Menu, Yoro, Agate. The rest get rid of. Honestly, mate, Agate, maybe, Yoro, Menu, Garnacho. I think they're all. I don't know, honestly. Like it's up. Like I think Agate's the only one who's been consistent out of all them players this season. That's all I'm going to say with that one. Thanks for the super chat, my friend. And the only way to get rid of him is to sideline him. That was probably Adam. His wage bill will hamper Ruben's ambitions in future windows. Yeah, but honestly, like, you need to sell him. Therefore, you would probably want to use him and play him to make sure that teams want to buy him, to then obviously make more money to give him something in a transfer window. Would you not? That's how I would look at it. Yes, I can see people there also saying Wesley is at Flamingo. We have been linked with Wesley. Is there any connections? That's what you've got to say. Can't have a bit player sitting on the bench on 350k a week. Sorry, you just can't. That could be free top signings wage like Angel, Gomez, Jonathan David and Tar. Yeah, all good and well, Sean, but not now. Not now. That in the summer, maybe, yes. I'm talking about getting rid of Casemiro mid-season when we cannot bring a replacement in. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the issue right now. It's like, we haven't managed to sell him in January. So, should we just utilise what he is and what he could bring to Manchester United? It's a weird one. It really is with Casemiro. I would just use him. I would use him till the rest of the season. I wouldn't be getting rid of him now. I think he could be useful for Manchester United. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes, like I said, but I get what everyone's saying in this. How can Manu struggle to play 60 minutes at his age? I know all players are different, but surely he can improve his speed and stamina. We've got to work on that, but maybe his mental strength is obviously under pressure at the moment with dealing with being part of the worst Manchester United team in the Premier League era, or close to the history books, as Ruben said that time. Look, we are. And these players right now are stinking the place out at Old Trafford. The pressure is on. We've seen these players melting under the headlights, under the floodlights at Old Trafford. Maybe he just needs to be taken out of the limelight a little bit. Maybe an experienced player, like I said, who can handle the situation in Casemiro and is used to dealing with the critique coming his way at a big football club. Maybe that will help some of the younger players. We talked this morning about all of these young players coming through. I feel like if there is a full team of younger players, then the atmosphere at Old Trafford wouldn't be as dire. I think this whole fan base would get behind them. But I still think it is really lambs to the slaughter a little bit, because it's not going to last forever. Manchester United do need that experience in this squad. It does need to have balance. You cannot just play a bunch of kids and all be of that age and all be of that profile. It's not going to work. You need some experience in there. I just think from now until the end of the season, Casemiro might be useful for United. That's all I'm saying. Evening, Adam. I would keep all of the squads together now. The window has closed. However, Casemiro's legs have gone at the highest level, and I don't think he has the appetite to play anymore. I think he does. I think we're jumping the gun with the Casemiro legs gone situation and him not having the appetite a little bit, to be honest. I think he does want to play football. Otherwise, he wouldn't be going off to Brazil. Highest level, I agree. He really hasn't got the consistency at the moment anymore. I don't think he is that player that can play every single game, every single week now. No, I don't. But I do think he can be useful off the bench. When you're trying to see a game out, I would like to see Casemiro coming on just because of that experience. Because right now, United are making stupid mistakes. I know Casemiro himself has made mistakes as well. But this has been when United have needed goals, or when United have needed to actually take the game to somebody, and Casemiro's made mistakes. If we're in front, for instance, and you bring Casemiro on, I think it's a safe bet. Like, he knows how to see a game. He knows what to do. There's a lot involved in this, I think. And I think there's more to it behind the scenes that we don't know, because it just doesn't make sense. Injuries protect assets. If can't perform, it's illogical. He's helped Agate clearly. He did that in Sporting. Players in big wages or on big wages that do not fight for the shirt. Yeah, I see it. I can see what Ruben's doing. I can see the point of a lot of people on what you're saying as well. Jonathan says, manager not playing Casemiro because he won't be here next season. The manager is treating this season like a training session, not worried about the results. He has to be worried about the results. He said he is, though, Jonathan. He said that he understands the pressure and he understands the pain the fans are going through. He needs to win games. He can't just say he's not worried about results. You cannot do that, because that just makes next season even more important to him. And there's no margin for error then. He does need to have a little bit of leeway next season. So getting some credit in the bank this season by winning a few games and trying to get higher up that table, I think he's going to put him in good stead for next season as well. So, no, I don't see him throwing it away. What's the mood like at Old Trafford on TV? It looks okay, but I don't know. It's shocking, Eric. Absolutely shocking, mate. And I'm not going to have anybody tell you that it's any different. It really isn't. You'll have the singing section in Stretford ends that do pelt it out, and credit to them. But even they're waning away towards the back end of games at the moment. It is just in pure hope, the atmosphere at Old Trafford at the moment, and nothing more. There isn't enough to get these players excited. There's not enough to get these fans excited. And that's a big difference. And that, I think, is why these players are melting. They don't want to be the player that is the next one to make an error and get the moans and groans from the crowd. You've seen what happened to Joshua Zirkzee. It was completely unjust and unfair to be booed off after being taken off after 30 minutes. I mean, it was embarrassing. It was really embarrassing for the lads. And that's where it is at the moment with United. We are that poor that the fans are looking for, and they're looking for someone to blame. And the players are going to get it. That's why there's been so much unrest at Old Trafford. That's why you're hearing boos constantly throughout every single game. The amount of time, it's like a normal thing now, boos at Old Trafford. It's embarrassing. Talk about United carrying a player for too long. How lucky has Casemiro been? I mean, he's only been here 3 years. He did well in his first season. Last season he was off. And now we're in the next season. We cannot really sell a player that we bought for 60 million for a profit. Well, we're never going to get a profit, but for the right sort of value. I mean, if the offer came in from Saudi, that was what we were all hanging on to. We would have sold to Saudi if we got the right price. I think 30 million was fair. but they didn't come in, and that was the only option. No one else could afford Casemiro, and any offer that came in for Casemiro would have just been a low ball offer that wouldn't have been good enough. It's as simple as that. Keep liking the video, everybody. 150 likes in the bag. Thank you, everybody. Obviously, make sure that you are subscribed as well so you can get into the chat. It is very quiet at Old Trafford as well. It really is. Shenandoah, I think that's how you say that. Shenandoah, yeah, I think it is. We need 100% player accountability. It's not Amorim. Well, Amorim is the one that is in charge of this team, and he needs to get the most out of them. Whether or not he is going in, like Jonathan said, with this free hit season, he's just going to go and tear it up and prepare himself for his season, which is going to be with the majority of his signings coming in the summer, and we all look at it from then. I don't know. It doesn't seem right, I don't think, but let's just see how... Let's see how this pans out, to be honest, the rest of this season. I think there will be a better style of football, a better watch for Manchester United fans as we get to the back end of the season. God, I hope so. I hope so. It doesn't make sense. He doesn't seem to come across as a problematic player. Is it possible that Amorim and Casemiro have had a conversation? If he can go, then we will... or he will stay 50-50. I don't know. Credit in the bank did little for Erik ten Hag. Great first season, poor second, and only kept his job because of the FA Cup win. If Erik ten Hag's second season was his first, then he would have gone into a third season on a high. But it wasn't with INEOS, Jonathan. It wasn't their man. That's the only difference. And I've said this many a times. What happened with Ten Hag, completely different to what we're dealing with Ruben Amorim. Like I said, he was forced into taking the United job this season. That's what he didn't want to do. He didn't want to come in mid-season. Excuse me. He didn't want to come in mid-season. He wanted to do everything in the summer. So he's come in. It's INEOS' first managerial signing for the football club. They need to give him time so they can keep face. This whole Mission 21, the 150th anniversary of Manchester United winning the Premier League in 2028, honestly, it really doesn't count for much unless you make significant moves. And they have done. They were forced into one by making a stupid decision on Ten Hag and keeping him in the first place. Because we all know that no Manchester United side should be finishing 8th in the Premier League, no matter what trophy you win. And now we're in a position where Ruben's in situ, dealing with the absolute mess that was left before, just slowly draining. Like, you can see the life draining out of him. He needs help. He hasn't got enough help from INEOS so far, and it's going to have to be in the summer. And we're going to have, I think, a little bit of something going into the summer form-wise. We need to, because the fan base will be just completely dejected. If it doesn't get any better, or at least a little bit better this season, the fan base will be at its wit's end. And I think he's going to need all of this fan base on his side. It really is. Well, let me just bring you up to date with everything else as well. In terms of, just on Amorim alone there, Dello has been talking a bit about Ruben Amorim. I'll just give you his quote on what he said. Diogo Dalot, now listen, people might like my football or not, but and they cannot say that I don't give everything for the club, that I don't go to the pitch, and I don't feel what this club is about. That is the thing that I always try to pass for myself and from my teammates and for the fans. Yeah, we know that. We're not questioning Dalot's commitment to the club. I think it's just a quality issue with Dalot, and I think that's what Ruben Amorim's got to separate. He has to separate the passion, he has to separate the will, the work rate, and eventually he has to make a decision on the players. He has to make a decision on the quality of the player. Is he the best for that team? Is he the best to play in that position over everyone else he's got in his squad? Well, at the moment, he sees him as his only bet. And I feel right now, Dalot, I think, is on the edge. If someone else comes in that position in the summer, Dalot is going to be benched. Dalot may have to find another club. That's the reality of it. There's no time and there's no space for sentimental thoughts at Manchester United anymore. Definitely not from the coaching or the managerial role. I think it's going to be crucial. I think it's going to be ruthless decisions in the summer. Otherwise, like I just said, you know that Manchester United, with the stupid Mission 21 statement that they've come out, have put immense pressure onto Ruben Amorim to get results. And I think that's going to lead into that transfer market in the summer. And why I feel we won't be standing still in the summer. Why I feel we will be making significant signings. Whether you class Chris Rigg, for instance, as a significant signing, Manchester United are determined not to lose out on Chris Rigg, and their scouts consider him a must-have. That's come from Graham Bailey. That's off the back of what we were talking about this morning. Chris Rigg is a top priority for Manchester United, it would seem, this summer. 25 million was the fee going in to the transfer window, apparently. I think this could change if Sunderland do get promotion. Obviously, still fighting up there. I think it's going to be playoffs at best for Sunderland, in my opinion. I think they're now falling away a little bit. But if they did get promotion, it could make that deal a little bit complicated. I think United will get him. I think United are already in. I think they're trying to do the same for Tyler Diblin. I think these are the types of players United are going to be going in for. I do. And I just hope that Ruben Amorim is all over this and he's happy with these types of players. He will be on a list of about 4 or 5. And it's going to be interesting to see, because that's a central midfielder right there. That's someone who's going to play in Kobbie Mainoo's position. That's someone who's going to play in Bruno Fernandes's position, or even an Edison's position. So that list, I think, of midfielders, you're going to have the likes of Edison, maybe Douglas Luiz, maybe he's a player as well in there. Chris Rigg, you'll have him there as well. Obviously, we talked about Hugo Larsson as well. There's another player. If you think about it, when you go out on recruitment these days, it's about 4 players, all checked out, scouted by the head of recruitment. That would be Christopher Vivel. And then you're looking at scouts reporting to him. They lay that out, then communicate with Jason Wilcox, technical director. And that's your 4 players. That then comes down onto Ruben Amorim's desk. He's got all 4 categories right there. He's got a young, unproven 20-year-old in Hugo Larsson, who's playing in Frankfurt and tearing it up right now. Doing well. High price, though. Edison is the ready-made perfect player coming in from Atalanta. Won trophies, competing for Serie A right now in Italy with Atalanta. And I think he's going to be, again, a premium player. He's going to be 50 million plus. Then you've got the likes of Chris Rigg and maybe Douglas Luiz as a make weight. I think on that order right there, I would say Edison, Rigg. I think it's Hugo Larsson, then Douglas Luiz. For instance, just as an example, how it would actually work in that. He gets about 4 or 5 players. They're the players I think United have been talked about the most in terms of transfer rumours and everything like that. So just as an example, that's what it comes to. I think, again, like I said this morning, though, Chris Rigg falls into the not being in Europe category. He's not really going to kick up a stink moving from Sunderland to Manchester United, even if we haven't got European football. Edison, may. Douglas Luiz, may. They're all playing European football, and they're all competing at the highest level. So they're going to want to move to somewhere at that age, I feel, that is going to offer them a little bit more. Because let's not forget, Edison is only 25 years old, so he is going to be the premium player that wants the most. If United get Champions League, somehow win the Europa League this season to get that automatic qualification to the Champions League, then Edison opens up. He's an option for Manchester United. He really is. And how much of this will be discussed with just Vivel, just Wilcox, maybe Brailsford? We don't know. But the other news is that Manchester United are looking at a new sporting director. And that sporting director is coming from Athletic Bilbao. That is the story going around today. Athletic Bilbao director Mikel Gonzalez is seen as a top target for Manchester United and a possible replacement for Dan Ashworth. Do United really need another director of football? This is something that we probably could have done with in the transfer window, but it looks like we've got past that hurdle now. So when you look at it, maybe United are looking ahead to the summer transfer window, and this might be someone to come in and help us out in getting these targets that we really want this summer. I don't know. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes at Manchester United. But again, is it another chef in the kitchen spoiling the broth? I think United are all right. I think we're in a good position. And I don't know. I'm not really concerned about it at the moment. I think we have got good people in place. I mean, if they think that this guy is good enough to help us in the transfer window, then go and get him. Go get him. I don't really want to talk about it too much. I want to get to your comments in a minute. Don't forget, in just over 5 minutes' time, we are going to have the FA Cup draw. It is going to be happening. And we can definitely look ahead to what we might have later on. I think it's later on this month. I'm not sure when the next round's played. It might actually be in March. I don't know, actually. It might be at the end of the month. I can't remember. I'm sure I might be wrong in thinking this, but is there a midweek round now in the FA Cup? I think after rounds 3 and 4, we can get midweek rounds. I'm not 100% certain on that. I just heard that said one time. I'm not fully confident that that actually is true or not, but I'm sure someone will correct me in the comment section anyway. One that the Muppeteers mentioned that being looked at was Hackney from at Middlesbrough. Yeah, no, we did talk about Hackney the other day as well, Glenn. We brought him up. There are reports that United are also looking at him. We're in a two-way fight again. I think it was Liverpool, the other club, who were looking at Hackney as well. So him from Middlesbrough. All of these young Championship talent players, that's what United are looking at now. And I feel like there has to be more. It cannot just be Championship players. That is not going to get United where they need to go. If we are going to get that title in 2028, something more significant has to happen at Manchester United. It has to. Let's get into some of your comments on this. Edison is perfect. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Been lurking while eating. Hi, everyone. Hello, guests. Hope you're doing well. Kieran says, I still maintain that Lisa Lehman will come with Douglas Luiz, and that is a big commercial opportunity for the club and the ladies' team. She ain't that good, mate. She isn't as good a footballer as what people are making out. Commercial side, I don't think United are in it for them days. Them days are gone, mate, when it comes to that sort of thing. I don't think United would look at a player simply because his girlfriend also plays in the or would play in the WSL. I don't think that's the case. Brazilians can be a nightmare. We still have a continuous on our books. You can't get shot of them. March it is. So the next round is in March, first weeks of March. Thanks for that, Mr. Dacia Sandero. The draw is coming up, everybody. It's coming up very soon, so we should find out who we are actually up against. Yeah, Kaz just said it there. She wouldn't get into the women's first team anyway. She really isn't that good. She isn't. So, yeah, I don't even want to concern myself with things like that. We have other news I'm going to bring you up right now. Just 1 second. Okay, moving on to the other transfer news. A little bit of information on Patrick Dorgu and his transfer, actually, just to bring you up to date on things that have been going on and been spoken about today. Manchester United beat Napoli and Juventus to the signing of Patrick Dorgu. Both Italian clubs were in talks to sign him in the summer, which is why United had to move quickly to get him. Otherwise, that price would have been driven up. I think United got a good deal for Dorgu. I think we've said that before. We definitely got the better deal, I think. And I think United deserve a little bit of credit for getting that deal done at the price that we did. And the add-ons really being practically impossible, as Romano said, to actually reach. So 25 million for a 20-year-old. I think and he looked sharp when he came on the other day. So it looks like a good signing. Sporting wants around 67 million for Ousmane Diomande, with Manchester United and Chelsea being interested in him. Diomande wants to work with Amorim, but it is unlikely that United will spend that fee on a defender. We've said this before. United right now with defenders, I don't think it's our weakest area. We aren't great in defence. I think that is just down to a understanding of the system still and a combined sort of problem amongst all of Manchester United's team. We are struggling, period. not just in defence. But I think United's finances are going to be spent elsewhere. The only defensive sort of players I see coming in are a right wing back and a goalkeeper. That's it. I don't think we'll get anything anywhere else. Priority, again, still is 9, 8, 10 right wing back. But I feel like right wing back will come first. I think it will be Giovanni Quenda. I'm guessing these positions right now and who United are going to bring in. I'm going to put my money on, with the setup that United have got, I think United will make 5 or 6 signings. I think we'll get Dibbling. I think we'll probably get Dorgeles as well from Salzburg. I think we will get Chris Rigg. I think Kone's coming through as well through the ranks. I think they'll look at that. Obviously, I would prefer other players. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to say it as it is. I think Quenda will come in. I think we'll get a goalkeeper. And then anything else is a bonus from there. It doesn't sound like an absolute barnstorming summer, does it? It doesn't sound like it's something that you'll get really excited about. I think the only thing that I'm looking at for this summer is, realistically, I want Ruben Amorim to have players that believe in him, and I want Manchester United to start building with the younger players in this squad. I want United to actually start to develop a team rather than just bringing in certain players. I think Dalot has been handed a raw draw. There is a huge difference in playing out of position for the odd game or two, playing pretty much every game in the wrong position. Hats off to him, I say. I mean, you look at that, and then you look at players like... You look at players, for instance, is it... Oh, he's the player's name has just evaded me right now. The younger midfielder from Leeds who went to Spurs, is it Gray? Who's now playing at centre-back, who should be playing in centre midfield. He's had to learn a whole new position outright, and he's performed really well for him. He really has. Is it Gray? I think it is. His name is completely eluding me right now. Someone in the chat will come in and tell me. I've talked about too many players today. Yeah, it's Gray. It is Gray. What's his first bloody name now? Archie Gray, is it? He's got a catchy first name, hasn't he? Archer, yes. I got it right. Yes. Well done, Stotty. Get in there. The draw is just being set up for the FA Cup as well at the moment. I'm just getting into the comment section, just looking at a few now. Casemiro is not part of the long-term plans. No point wasting time on him when he can promote Kone and start coaching him. I don't think he's going to promote Kone just yet. I think there's a bit of time yet for Kone. I think it's going to be a bit later down. I think Kone comes in the summer, pre-season, and we may see game time. We may see game time next season for Sekou Kone. I do. I think Chidil Martin will be next season at best as well. I do. Just listening to all of the comments, the reports, everything that's actually happening with all of the academy players right now. It just looks like it's all going to be moving towards the summer and then possibly into next season. I hope we do see some. I think Ruben's protecting him well. I don't think he wants to bring him into this mess, to be honest. It will be interesting to see if Aiden Heaven gets game time, though, being brought in so quickly. That will be something to see. Like 18, developing, big, strong, quick. Let's see. And yeah, let's keep an eye on him as well, I think. Let's get into some more of your comments as well. In terms of players you want bringing in, talk to me. Like, give me a 9, give me a 10, an 8, and a right wing back. Give me them 4 players. Who would you buy in, everybody? Just bang out the names in your comment, please. Out of all rounds are around Saturdays. There are no midweeks for the FA Cup. So I've heard something somewhere. Just something that I heard. Double checking it just to make sure. But no FA Cup game should be in a midweek anyway. It should not. If that's the summer window, we are getting relegated. Battle Part 2. Leo, come on, man. I tell you what, United have destroyed my man Leo. They really have. They've destroyed him. He's lost all hope, the poor man. I can't blame him. I can't, but come on. Give me your players as well, please. Anonymous, welcome to the Members Club, gifted by London. Thank you, mate. Keep your comments flying in. Amorim will be happy if he gets anyone over 18. Let's just see what we've got. Have they put the balls into the oven and microwave to ensure they get the games they want? Oh, Jonathan's being very cynical now as well. What has this club done to my favourites in the chat? I mean, seriously. Yeah, we got Archie Gray, mates. Cheers, Graham. You're a bit slow on the uptake there, mate. Loads of people beat you to it. But we'll let you off. It looks like you've just joined, mate. Let's see what else we've got here. Victor Osimhen, Kamaldeen, Suleimana, Carlos Balego, Milos Kerkez. Well, Taiwo, that's interesting. That's sort of left field signings right there. Get me your players in, please. I want you to pick me 4 players, everybody. That's what we're doing at the moment. Give me a 9 and 8 right wing back and a 10, please, everybody. That's what I want. Gyökeres, Edison, Quenda, I'll be happy. Anthony, Dreamland. But doable. Definitely if we win the Europa League. That is something. Hopefully this formation will end up successful as Dylan going electric. Not everybody understood or appreciated what they were watching. Saw a film yesterday. Mint. Okay, nice one. Don't know what that's about. INEOS have bigger worries than helping Amorim. Not really. Not really. Because if there is no product, there is no money. So Amorim has to be priority number 1. 100%. Hoyland, Collier, Dorgu and Ahmad. What are you on about? I need 4 players to come in. Oh, Keith, are you saying the players? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Michael, give me players to come in. New players, mate, please. Shirky, Gyökeres, Suzuki, Quenda. New goalkeeper. Keith, I'll let you off because you picked 4. I did want 8, wing back, 10 and 9, but I'll let you off because the keeper can overrule other positions. I'll give you that. Nico, Dreamland, mates. He wants Musiala, Cunha, Gyökeres, Tel, Quenda. I'm going for 2 of them in Gyökeres and Quenda. We've got no chance in signing Musiala. I don't think United will spend 62 million release on Matheus Cunha. I don't think that's going to happen at all. Names are coming out of the hats right now for the FA Cup. Preston have drawn Burnley, everybody. I think that is the first draw out of the bag. Villa are at home to Cardiff. Oh, there's a big gun in the quarter-final straight away. Damn it. We could have done with Villa getting one of the bigger teams, to be honest. That's disappointing. But other draws coming up as well. Next one out of the hat is it's Doncaster versus Millwall or Crystal Palace. Is their game tomorrow or is that tonight? I think their game is tonight, isn't it? United are out and we are at home. Damn it! I don't want a home game. Fulham. Oh my God, that is the most dullest draw that you could bring out. God's sake. Someone tell me who's doing this bleeding draw again. Like, Fulham again. No. God. Pressure from the club. I look at my bank now. And like, ping, ping. Yeah, your money's been taken out. Yay. Another home draw for United. For God's sake. Why do we always get home draws in the FA Cup? Oh, God. Newcastle got Brighton. At least there's one big gun gone. That is a good draw for United. Bournemouth Wolves, that's another good one. All Premiership again. So there's a guaranteed 3 more Premier League teams to be out at the 5th round stage. More teams to come out. Oh, City got a home draw. Fucking 2 right. Let's see what crap City get then. Who's left in this draw right now then? Anyone decent? City have got Plymouth. Ah! Fucking draws, man, honestly. So City have had Salford, Leyton Orient and effing Plymouth. God's sake. Exeter got Nottingham Forest or Ipswich. Their game, I think, is tomorrow night, actually. That's really pissed me off, that draw. It really is. What a crap draw. Jesus. I mean, City, like, honestly, you might as well give them the trophy. For God's sake. I don't fancy United against Fulham, by the way. I really don't. I think Fulham will fancy their chances against United, even though they've got a shocking record against us right now. But, hey, look, that is your draw. United have got Fulham in the FA Cup 5th round. The club are absolutely ecstatic because we can get more money out of the fans. And I'm sure, just like they did with the Europa League game, we'll be pinging my accounts any minute now. God's sake. No, Jonathan, just like I said then, I'm not confident that we can beat Fulham. That is a tough draw for United. God, I hate... Do you know what wound me up even more? Like, first of all, we got the Fulham draw, which is a shit draw. It really is. Probably the dullest game you could have got. And then City get Plymouth at home. Fuck off, honestly. Real Madrid, just do us all a favour tomorrow and just absolutely smash them lot to pieces. We are going to be doing a watch-along tomorrow on Football Talks for that City game, no, everybody. So make sure you tune in for that. But yes, everybody, if you didn't see the draw, Manchester United at home again. This time, Fulham. 3rd Premier League team of the Cup so far, actually, for United. Obviously, we've taken Arsenal down, we've done Leicester, and now we've got Fulham. Honestly, I hate FA Cup games at home. I really do. United away from home are better to watch anyway. It's going to be an They'll put us on a bleeding Friday night again. No, I don't think they are doing Friday nights now because there's less teams. It's the last 16, isn't it, now? So maybe they'll just put us on a Saturday afternoon. Don't put United on TV. Please don't put us on TV. And don't put us on a Sunday, for God's sake. Anything but a Sunday or a Friday night. God, just put us on the Saturday. Even if it's the early kickoff on a Saturday. I'll take that. I just don't want a Friday game or something stupid. Oh, God. I mean, honestly, right now, Fulham inspires absolutely nothing. It really does. What a crap draw that is. What an absolute shocker for Man United. Let me know, everybody. Saeed in the house, by the way. And some of Saeed's audience as well just jumped in. Hello, everybody who has just jumped across. We're just reacting to one of the worst FA Cup draws again. Like, why do United continuously get home draws? Does it not just absolutely just wind you up? Sick of it. Unless it's someone big in the FA Cup at Old Trafford, it's pointless going. It really is. Clown there asking why I'm moaning. Because I wanted a decent draw, mate. I wanted to go away from home. I'm sick of being rinsed by this football club for crap games. And you know what? Actually, you know what, Clown? I'm probably more annoyed that City got Fulham. That City got Plymouth. Honestly, so what's that? That's League 2, League 1, and Championship. Plymouth in the Championship, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Yeah, so they haven't had anybody yet above Championship level, and we're in the 5th. We're in the last 16. Honest to God, Tony Adams sounds like a spoilt kid. No, I'm not. I'm just sick of getting home draws, mate. I don't want to be at Old Trafford. I don't. United play better away from home. It's more exciting. It just kills it for me. Unless it's someone big at Old Trafford, the game's boring. It really is. Look, we'll be there anyway. You never know. It might be an exciting game. It could be one of them that you just don't expect to be exciting. I think with United right now, it all depends on the actual kickoff time. Yes, I said it there. Money has already been withdrawn from my account. You are joking me, Si. Has it already? Has it really? Have they already taken it out? Surely they haven't. Let me just check my email here right now. I'm going to do it while we're live, actually. Let's see if United, after that draw, have already taken the money out. They cannot be doing that. They cannot be doing that. They cannot be doing that. No, that's not that one. Oh, I don't know. Wait a minute. I'm still trying to find it here. Yep. No. Okay. I can't see it on mine yet, but Saeed said that his has already been taken out. That would be ridiculous. Let's just check my bank. One quick check. Let's just see if they have tried to do it. I haven't got the email yet anyway. No, I'm a lucky one so far. I managed to last about 5 minutes after the draw. Sorry, Saeed, you're on your own with that one there, mate. Anyway, everybody, we finished talking. We're talking about Casemiro. We're talking about the problem that he is behind the scenes. Should be utilising the rest of the season. There are reports that he is going back to Brazil. That would be interesting, especially at this time of the season. Not many people in my chat tonight have actually said that they're too bothered. Like, he's not being used anyway. I get it. I do. And then we're talking about Manchester United's transfer targets, what the summer's going to bring. The FA Cup draw has been. And you know what? I'm not excited by it one bit. I'm really not. Yeah, it just depends on when they move him. We'll get the announcement soon enough when United are going to be playing. But yeah, please give the video a like, everybody. I have to shoot off now. I've got training. So I will see you all bright and early at 8 o'clock in the morning, everybody. Cheers all of Saeed's crowd that have just come in as well and been part of the chat for just them few minutes. Please give the video a like on the way out, everybody. Make sure you do hit subscribe and hit the bell notification button as well. And I will see you all bright and early in the morning. Thank you so much. Like, share and subscribe to the channel, everybody. Be part of the journey. And I'll catch you